Let's roll our way right back into another construction update. What's up guys, Dr. Costa here on behalf of the Georgia Coast Connection. Happy 4th of July to my American viewers, and welcome back to another ArieForce One construction update. Before we get started, I just want everyone to know that all photos and footage included in any of these construction updates are free to use with credit. I'd also like to thank my Georgia Coast Connection partner Christopher as we gather this content together. I'll link his pages down below. I once again made my way back out to Fun Spot Atlanta on Saturday, July 2nd to continue my routine visits to check in on the status of ArieForce One's construction. Last week we saw RMC continue to add track behind the arcade and pour concrete along the remainder of the layout, as well as working on the chain lift, while Fun Spot kept working on their new parking lot expansion and began work at the spot of their newest ride addition. This week RMC has further advanced construction of the turnaround, and Christopher and I stumbled upon some news that I haven't seen reported anywhere else quite yet. So without dragging this out any further, let's take a quick peek at the parking lot and what appears to be the remnants of the old mini golf courses way back in the back. As you can see, Fun Spot finished clearing this spot and has poured all the concrete for the curbs. Alright, moving on. I'll continue to show quick shots of progress here in the future, but it's a parking lot, and I'm sure we're all here for the coaster anyway. As I usually do, I headed straight to the back of the park to see how the progress is coming along behind the arcade. Last week I could tell that the 0G roll was getting very close to being installed, and I obviously just missed it, because as you can see here, it is now completely installed, and RMC was actively working on this spot to prepare it for passing over the building for the second time. The remaining track for this section of the ride is nearby, so it's only a matter of time before we see this completed. As I said last week, this looks way more intense than I was anticipating, and I can't wait to see how it performs. After seeing the addition of the 0G roll, it was obviously time to check out the site of the future barrel roll. Upon arriving, I immediately noticed that there is a brand new sidewalk open between the two hardhat zones. So this will indeed be where guests will come and go between sections of the park as they walk underneath ArieForce One. There is no longer the need to pass through the arcade to get to the Screamin' Swingin' Kids rides, unless you want an excuse to cool off, of course. Couldn't blame you there at all. On the arcade side of the walkway, all the concrete here is now poured, and wow is it a lot of it. I was sure to get some shots of this before checking out the remainder of the footers and any development at the lift hill, as well as on top of the arcade. Walking down towards the Ferris wheel and the lift hill, I noticed that there is another footer prepped in front of the ticket booth, which dare I say is one of the last ones, if not the last. I thought this before, and I know I've said it before, and another few always end up popping up, but it seems if this is not the last one, there's only room for 1 to 2 more at this point. The Ferris wheel was open when we were there, so we're sure to take a spin to nab some shots. Before we get there though, just a reminder that 1 like equals 1 prayer for the mini golf courses. May they rest in peace. Just before getting on the Ferris wheel, I noticed that the components of the lift hill mechanism were being installed, and RMC was at the top of the lift hill working hard to get it completed. There was also an RMC employee at the bottom of the lift hill preparing the remaining sections of the lift. Since my last visit, the remainder of the stairs and anti-rollbacks have been installed, and the railing for the stairs has been added as well. Sadly, the flag on top of ArieForce One was no longer up there, as it was a temporary addition. But I hope to see another one go up, or even multiple, like Fun Spot has in some of their other coasters at their other parks. If you remember from last week, I was fortunate enough to spot electric workers on site, moving spools of wire into the hardhead zone for ArieForce One. This week I unfortunately didn't notice anything new here, but another electrical development that is important to note is the fact that all the lighting from the mini golf courses still remain. I'd imagine that means that we definitely will be getting more attractions here in the future to stand alongside ArieForce One. As promised, I have some awesome news to break that I haven't seen anywhere else yet. It's amazing the things you find when you aren't even looking for them, because as I was grabbing a quick shot of one of Screamin' Eagle's old trains, something caught my eye. That something was the second lead car for ArieForce One, sitting just nearby. Partially covered, but enough showing to confirm its color scheme. Many have speculated what the differences could be, but I'm happy to confirm that the second train will also have a red, white, and blue color scheme. However, the second train has blue outlines instead of the red ones that we have seen on the first train for a while now. Seeing this lead car has me even more excited to see the remainder of the trains revealed as they start to be added to the track in the near future. I just can't wait to see those trains zipping around this track. One last update to follow up on before we go, and it's on the other ride coming to join the Tilt-A-Whirl. All the concrete work we saw last week was to close in the area surrounding the trees to spruce up the area a little bit. But this week, more concrete has been broken up behind there on a spot of land that is supposed to be receiving flyers in the coming weeks. I don't have a time frame on when these flyers will be coming, but it is supposed to be very soon. Fun Spot just continues to add and enhance this park in every little way, and it's incredible to watch it unfold before me every single week I'm at the park. This is slowly becoming a must-visit park, and I want everyone to know about it. Thank you all for watching. That was the 17th of many ArieForce One construction updates to come. If you don't want to miss out on more construction updates like this, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, as many more of these will be coming out, leading up to the opening of the ride. We are officially on the climb to 1,000 subscribers on the channel, and I would really appreciate your support. I can't believe I've come this far, and I couldn't have done it without you. If you haven't already, then also be sure to follow Georgia Coast Connection over on Instagram, your home for all things ArieForce One. If you're feeling inclined, then you can follow me as well at Dr_Coaster. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.